from the free throw line. Shot clock rolls to 10 as Reichert tries his luck over Anstey. Unable to hit the target. Tucker off and running. No teammates ahead of him for the moment. And reaching in from behind, Adam Gibson's committed the foul. Now Tucker will go to the free throw line. The Tigers are 3 of 6 from the stripe. Brisbane yet to get there.
Rashad Tucker in the open court is a monster. You just stay on his hip. He's so big, he'll just let you stay there and go about 3/4 speed and ride you all the way to the hole. Now he's missed a couple of layups. Thank goodness for the Bullets. He's missed a free throw, and really that's 5 points that he should have right in the bank already. D-Max missed a layup too, so the Tigers have had some really good opportunities gonna miss.
Plenty to ponder for Coach Al Westover as the Brisbane Bullets move back up the floor. 5 minutes to play, term number 1. 1-point ball game, and Dave Thomas is called for the foul, his first. Second team foul on the Tigers so far.
First personal foul.
Yeah, that's soft too. That happens every time somebody makes a move.
Adam Gibson to Stephen Black, guarded by Nathan Crosswell. Now Ebi Ara penetrating, looking for Gibson. The pass picked off by the extendable arms of the Canadian international Dave Thomas. Tucker. Now Anstey top of the key. Reichert right with him. Tucker posting up the shorter Gibson, looking to spin baseline. Now trying to work it to Dave Thomas. Deflected out of court off the leg of Stephen Black.
Bullets are picking up that intensity. Last time we had them on Fox Sports, their defensive intensity wasn't anything close to this.
Thomas looks to Anstey. Got Boucher in the air, but travelled in the process, according to Ian Watts. Tigers turn it over.
Just rushed it a little bit. Chris Anstey did slide that pivot foot. No argument from him on that play.
Scrappy affair here, and Dave Thomas has forced the error from Adam Gibson and shows us a little bit of showtime for the All-Star game not far away.
Yeah, that's why he's in it.
Tigers back in front. Stephen Black gets good penetration, and Reichert adds the finishing touches.
And even though Dusty gets that one, that's 2 shots Dusty Reichert has hit with tough defensive pressure on him.
Here's Nathan Crosswell going to work. He draws a foul, this time on Ebi Ara. In fact, it's Gibson again, and free throws to come for the Tigers.
Just a mishandle by Adam Gibson, and then he didn't do a good job of making it a priority to get to the ball. Dave Thomas gets a lot of steals when a guy's just unaware that he's still attacking. So even if he knocks it loose, you get your hands on it, he's still looking to pop it away again. And for a guy that's not in foul trouble a lot, he has got some active hands.
Nathan Crosswell opens his scoring account, having returned to the Tigers from Cairns. Here he is harassing Adam Gibson. Bradke to Ebi Ara. Working on Tucker down to the baseline. Foul is going to be called on Tucker. That will be his first, 3rd team foul on the Tigers.
You can't grab him, you can't body check, you can't body check. He's going to talk to you about the 3 points.
Back the foul's on Dave Thomas. Tucker goes to the bench, replaced by Daryl Corletto. Gibson to restart. Looking for Ebi Ara, under pressure from Stephen Hoare. Eventually it works to Mick Hill. Now back to Ebi Ara, and he knocks it down again from the same spot. Back-to-back triples for Ebi Ara. 6 points to take over as the high scorer in the match. And put the Bullets back in front, but not for long as Chris Anstey comes up with another 2 for Melbourne.
That's going to be a real tough cover for Mark Bradke. Anstey at the 3-point line can shoot it and can put it on the floor.
Here's Ebi Ara elevating, couldn't finish it. Daryl Corletto grabs the loose ball. Dylan Boucher hacking away at it. And Crosswell works past Ebi Ara, now takes on Bradke, kicks it to Stephen Hoare. Skip pass for Corletto, who measures the 3. It was a pass to Stephen Hoare perhaps, and he adds the 2 to open his scoring account. Tigers have scored the last 4, back to a 2-point buffer as Bradkey finds Ebi Ara all alone.
Ebi Ara, 2 points.
He banks another 2 off the window. Enterprising start to the match from Ebi Ara.
There's a foul on number 1.
Adam Gibson has picked up his 3rd personal.
To number 1.
More free throws now for the Tigers. They've taken 10 alone in this period, and Brisbane yet to shoot a free throw.
Into the game, number 4.
Don't think Joey Wright won't be mentioning that to the officials after the first quarter. And you see Brisbane going to their bench. They're deep. Brad Williamson comes into the game. We're in the first quarter. And everybody has seen action for Brisbane already.
Two and a half minutes left, term number 1. Mick Hill puts his foot on the accelerator to Ebi Ara, who's challenged by Stephen Hoare and gets the job done. A chance at a 3-point play.
Foul scored number 13.
So explosive. And he's hit 2 threes, so the closeout by Dench is kind of, well, it didn't matter whether he got out to him or not. He was always going to blow by Axel Dench.
25-year-old Ebi Ara, born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but represented Nigeria at the World Championships, where he averaged 11 points and 3 rebounds in Japan. Former championship winner with the Sydney Kings. Dave Thomas to Stephen Hoare, guarded by Brad Williamson. Now Axel Dench into the action. He defers to Dave Thomas. Crosswell to the top of the key. Looking for the penetration, pulls up against Ebi Ara, and Crosswell is having a good first term. He has 6 points to lead the Melbourne Tigers. Hustle there from Daryl Corletto, just going over the line as far as the referees were concerned. And now free throws to come for the Brisbane Bullets, but not before timeout has been called by Al Westover. 2 minutes and 5 seconds out from quarter time. The Tigers lead by a point, but the Brisbane Bullets are going to the free throw line to try and retake the lead. Well, on Thursday night in New Zealand, the Melbourne Tigers did not come up with much at all. It was a great win for the New Zealand Breakers, led by Carlos Pau. 118-97 was the final equation, but it was the way that New Zealand went about it, and they will build on this victory because the Tigers are the benchmark in the NBL, and New Zealand now know they can beat the best.
And really, it does come to confidence like that. You only have to beat the best team in the competition, especially last year. Beat them soundly like that, and it just gives you a wave of confidence. And they defended well in this game too. They got some big stops. Ryan Weathers, I tell you what, he don't mind getting a few shots up. He's got the fluorescent green light. And when their imports are knocking down scores like that, and they're really picking it up on the defensive end and playing that well at home, they're going to be a tough team to beat.
Big win for Andre Lemanis and the New Zealand Breakers, because you look a little deeper into the statistics from that match, and the Tigers did not win a quarter. They threatened to get themselves back into the match at the start of the 3rd term, which has been the Achilles heel for New Zealand, but they steadied and ran away from Melbourne. Mick Hill ties us away at 22. Pass from Crosswell wasn't a good one. Deflected by Ebi Ara out of court.
Not many teams pressure the Tigers. Normally it's the other way around, but, you know, they look a little rattled here.
Dave Thomas dragged to the floor by Mick Hill is called for an offensive foul. Tim Mills right on top of the situation. Had no hesitation in picking up the foul on Dave Thomas. It's his 3rd personal.
Boy, Mick Hill was sliding the whole time. That is as good a defense you were going to see. Man, that was amazing.
Ebi Ara, who's led the Tigers a merry dance so far. Now Bradkey. They get it to Dylan Boucher, looking for Bradkey. Bounced off Corletto from close range, gets his own rebound, goes back for thirds, still can't make it tumble. Corletto with it now, and the Tigers catch a break. Dave Thomas, Corletto, and now Crosswell. Dave Thomas, the only starter on the floor at the moment for the Melbourne Tigers. Bradkey and Ebi Ara, the only starters for Brisbane. Shot clock to 5 for Stephen Hall. Good hands from Boucher. Crosswell's going to have to get this off. A little off balance. Couldn't finish it. Williamson the rebound, reaching in. Dave Thomas has his 4th foul here in the first term. And Brisbane are going back to the strike.
Foul score number 11, DT.
You know, it doesn't even matter whether he gets this clean or not. He should not be reaching in this situation. 3 fouls in the first quarter and gets called for a reaching one. And he is behind him as he comes in. And that's just the situation that he's in. 3 fouls. He can't afford to put it in the decision of the referee on a close call, whether he gets it clean or gets a piece of his arm.
Brad Williamson, Brisbane born player, played his junior ball at Melbourne. Home of Darren O'Barr, who fought for the world title. Here's Nathan Crosswell under pressure again from the double team. And he travelled. That's excellent D from the Brisbane Bullets. They are pumped up.
They are rattled from this pressure. Got D-Mac over there on the bench. Nathan Crosswell's their primary handler. And that trap over there initially, and then they give it right back up. Oh, that's tough.
That's 13 turnovers here in the first period. We weren't expecting that from 2 of the best teams in the NBL. We move inside the last 60 seconds, term number 1. Brisbane by a point. Axel Dench hard off the glass, couldn't finish it. Stephen Hall keeps it alive to Crosswell, who is fouled by Ebi Araf. That's his first. Crosswell to the free throw line. 16 fouls in the first term.
Team fouls. Brisbane. Nathan Crosswell. 2 shots.
Referees have had a busy time of it. No surprise to see Nathan Crosswell at the free throw line. Gets almost half his points from the stripe, and he averages 7 per game. Can't get the back end, and Bradke grabs the rebound to Mick Hill. Now the pressure is supplied by the Melbourne Tigers. Hill looking to shake them, goes baseline. Drew a foul on Axel Dench. Continuation waved away, though, on the call from Michael Aylen. Free throws to come.
Well, Brisbane got a lot of confidence from the first time that these 2 teams played. And they're not intimidated, but there are a lot of teams this year that have played the Tigers, have not attacked them. It's like they've been playing them like they're in awe of them. And then when the Tigers make a run, they look intimidated and then fold. And it's kind of like they expect to. They expect the Tigers to be the tough team to beat. But obviously New Zealand wasn't feeling that way. And Brisbane are playing with all the confidence in the world against them in the early stages.
Crosswell speeds up the floor to Darryl Corletto, who knocks down his first points in the match. Much needed for the Melbourne Tigers. Retake the lead. Bradke to Williamson. Excellent hands from Corletto against Boucher. Now the pass for Crosswell. Tucker in support. Crosswell goes solo. The Tigers have scored the last 5 to lead by 4. Last play of the first term, if Mick Hill can reel it in under pressure from Tucker. Ball knocked out of court. Surprised there wasn't a foul called there, given that we've already called 17 in this term.
And the Tigers right back at the Bullets with the same type of pressure.
Crosswell needs to get busy against Mick Hill. Manufactures the shot. Lipped out on the buzzer. High intensity first period concludes at the cage with the reigning champs on top. It's Melbourne 28, leading Brisbane 24. Here on Fox Sports.
Well, this looks like a tight one tonight, but they have been tight throughout the competition. Last Wednesday, it was the Brisbane Bullets going up against the Perth Wildcats. Oh, and that one went down to the wire. And Perth are playing some great ball behind that man right there, Tony Ronaldson. What a start he's had to this season. Sam McKinnon has been the rock for the Brisbane Bullets, high off the glass to get that one to go. Ronaldson again, his long-range jumper is money early in the season. Great role playing. Dylan Boucher has been a great pickup for the Brisbane Bullets this year. Kind of like a Warwick Giddy. Ebi Araf from the corner, bingo. This game had it all. C.J. Bruton late in the game. That's who you want to go to. He gets the score and the foul, and that was the deciding point right there. C.J. Bruton knocks down the free throw. The Brisbane Bullets have a 1-point lead. This is the last play of the game. Sean Redditch, one of the danger men in the league, rims out, and the Brisbane Bullets get the win. Great win for them away from home. The Brisbane Bullets riding on a wave of confidence. They've got 4 straight.
But the Bullets coach, Joey Wright, wasn't totally impressed with the win. This is what he said post-game.
Same thing that I've probably been fighting the last 2 years. Complacency of veterans. I mean, the reality of it is these guys play in this league for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. They think they know it. They think they got it figured out. They don't come out and play hard. It's been done before. We okay. And it's all bull. The league has changed in the last couple of years. You got an influx of young guys that come in. They don't care about Mark Brackey being Mark Brackey. They don't care about C.J. Bruton being C.J. Bruton. They're coming here to play. A lot of these guys that went over to college, they returned, they're back now. They don't care anymore. And you know, when I played in this league in 94, 95, there was Mark Brackey out there. He got a certain amount of respect. Andrew Gay's got a certain amount of respect. They don't care anymore. And I've been fighting it for 2 years. I'm sick and tired of it.
Well, Joey's not afraid to lay it on the line. He does have a veteran team. Sometimes the message takes some time to be massaged through, and on occasion you need to use a big stick.
Yeah, he doesn't mind whipping that big stick out either. Bang. He's telling like it is.
Underway term number 2. The Bullets are shooting 56% from the field, but trail by 4. Stephen Black goes to Bruton. Daryl Corletto was warned about reaching in by Michael Aylen. Didn't oblige, so he's picked up the first foul here in term number 2.
That's the tough thing. You're going to play up and in. A guy that can put the ball on the floor is going to be hard to guard without a hand checking.
Bruton, top of the key now, Stephen Black. To Ebi Ora, who leads all scorers with 11 in an exciting first term against Tucker. Looking to take him on. Down to the baseline, needs help. McKinnon got it to Bradkey, and quick release off the window from Bradkey adds another 2. Well, that snaps a 5-0 run from the Melbourne Tigers to close out the first period.
Sorry, guys. Has anyone seen the other one?
30 seconds done here, term number 2. Let's not forget the Tigers are hoping to equal the NBL record of 20 consecutive home wins. Adelaide managed that feat in 1985-86. And it's been a long time, 399 days in fact, since the Melbourne Tigers lost at this venue. David Stiff going solo unsuccessfully, and Bradkey grabs the rebound. Ebi Ura, too nimble for Tucker, takes on Dench, couldn't finish it. David Stiff retrieves it for the Tigers. Tucker gets it from McDonald, splitting Bradkey and Black off the window. Couldn't get it to go. He's none of 4 from the field now, and Brisbane want to play up tempo. They rush back at the Melbourne Tigers. McKinnon, top of the key, now Stephen Black to Bradkey. Guarded by Dench, pass for Ebi Ura, never looked likely. Picked off by Tucker. Corletto up the floor for McDonald, but he doesn't need help at the moment as Daryl McDonald adds the 2.
That thing tried to trickle out too. Rashad Tucker's missed. They're not. The last one wasn't an easy layup, but he's missed 3 layups. D-Max missed 1. He gets that one to go.
McKinnon fires, and Sam McKinnon opens his scoring account here, early stages, term number 2. Seesawing affair. No more than 4 points has separated these teams at any stage as Axel Dench, the league's best, peels off the 3 to pump up his average even further.
And he didn't get all day to set up either. He got that thing off pretty quick. And Mark Bradkey is not really going to get out there any faster than that.
54% from long range, Axel Dench to lead the NBL. Here's McKinnon, work inside. David Stiff, who has to foul. Slamming Sam, he's off to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
Sam McKinnon going to the hole. He's so strong, he can finish plays, but you could see David Stiff was going to put the big hammer down on him and make him go to the line. Sam, although can shoot free throws, 1 or 2 misses really takes a chunk out of his confidence. And you can put him to the line, 15 of them. 29 from the free throw line, so there already that's a good foul.
That's his career clip as well. In the 50s, 56%. Playing in game number 376, a decorated career. Told us pre-game he thought this Brisbane Bullets outfit, though, is the deepest he's ever played on in the NBL. He's relieved McDonald of the ball. Bruton can't finish it though, but here's Ebi Ura, who is everywhere at the moment. He has 13. He is killing the Tigers. Stiff had the pass battered down by Ebi Ura, and now the foul is going to be called on the Melbourne Tigers. David Stiff just impeding Ebi Ura. That's his second personal. Third foul on Melbourne in this period. Brisbane haven't committed a foul since quarter time.
That's just a poor pass by David Stiff. And both of these teams very active with their hands. Lots of deflections here in the first half.
Stephen Black against Corletto, confronted by Stiff. Hands off to McKinnon, who was caught under the hoop, couldn't manufacture a successful shot. And Dench hands off to McDonald. Tucker gets it next. Stiff and Corletto in support. Dench from the three-point line again. This time way short. Brisbane will restart. 3 minutes played, term number 2. Axel Dench sits down. Chris Anstey comes back. Bruton against Darryl McDonald. Finding a way past. McDonald got a piece of it. It spills to Bradkey. He can't knock it down though. Bruton after the loose ball. Unable to keep it alive, and the Melbourne Tigers will regain possession with a 2-point lead.
Stiffy doesn't like Blackie.
Early stages of this second period. Stiff to Anstey. A little bit unconventionally, but now Anstey finds Stiff camped under the hoop. Here's Tucker from close range. Bradkey has to stand away as Tucker comes up with his first field goal from his 5th attempt.
3 passes inside the key late in that possession.
Bruton to McKinnon, looking for penetration against Anstey. Now Ebi Ura, who's firing from long range, off the money. Anstey grabs the rebound, his 3rd in the match. And McDonald getting it to Tucker. Good hands there from Ebi Ura to bat the ball out of court.
Tough angle to try and throw a lob pass over a long athletic defender like Ebi Ura.
Timeout called by the Brisbane Bullets. 8:10 to play in the first half. Melbourne by 4, which is where they started this term. Bullets haven't won here in Melbourne against the Tigers for almost 2 years.
But I don't want people running away. You got to flash for the ball. We go pass, pass, we can get it up. Pass, pass, get it up. Look to get it inside.
If they're posting someone up, don't just lob it in. Take a couple of dribbles and get it in good.
Take care of it because there's going to be that pressure, but help them out. Now, if you can split it right away, that's great. If not, we pass it out. We look to attack. If it's not on, then bring them up. We get into our stuff. And the third option's Tuck. You come under. You come under. We'll look to get you in the post up there. You look to spot up for the 3 there. Stay in the key. Stiffy. Good hard show. Good hard shows on the ball screens. Come on, boys.
Now Westover laying down the law to the Tigers. There's been a lot more energy about them tonight than we saw on Thursday night. That was a wake-up call, losing by 21 to the New Zealand Breakers. Looking to protect their undefeated run at home. Come out with a little more energy as Corletto restarts to Anstey and now McDonald. Corletto shook off Ebi Ura from close range, adds the 2.
Well, they're denying every lead, so you had to see a couple of backdoor cuts sooner or later. That is the counter.
6-point buffer, the biggest we've seen in the match so far, as McKinnon athletically goes to work. Bradkey was there to help corral the ball in. McKinnon gets the points. All his 5 have come in this second period. Only Ebi Ura with 13 has more for Brisbane. Crosswell has 9 for the Tigers off the bench to lead them as McDonald dances into the paint past Stephen Black. David Stiff there as well to make sure the 2 tumbles for the Melbourne Tigers. Bruton taking them on. Foul called on Daryl McDonald, his first personal. 4th team foul on the Tigers in this term. Brisbane haven't committed a foul since they came up with 9 in the first period.
Well, that was a very tiny little gap CJ just shot through.
Black gets it from Bruton and knocks down the shot as well. Back to a 4-point buffer for the Melbourne Tigers. 5 minutes played. Term number 2. David Stiff on the nice look from Daryl McDonald from close range gets the job done.
Backdoor cut by Daryl Corletto. Backdoor cut by David Stiff. Obviously, some adjustments have been made.
Stephen Black, top of the key, guarded by Corletto. Goes to Dusty Reichard. In turn, McKinnon resuming his battle with Rashad Tucker. Decides to fire over the top. Couldn't find the target, however, and Tucker grabs the rebound. Number 4 for him in that category. Only Bradke with 5 has more in the match. And Tucker looking to take them on again. Dances down to the baseline, and Rashad Tucker adds another 2.
He turned the corner on a very good, strong defender in Sam McKinnon. And he doesn't have to hit jump shots to be effective.
McKinnon top of the key with a foot on the line. Can't finish it. A foul's going to be called on the Brisbane Bullets. Dusty Reichert in the vicinity.
That's the backdoor cut. Sorry, Casey, we're talking about. And if they're going to extend the pressure on those, that's what's going to be open.
Second foul on Reichert. First on Brisbane since quarter time. Now Corletto with the ball carrying duties. Back to McDonald. Used up 6 of the 8 seconds to get over the halfway line. Bradke harassing Anstey in the battle of 2 of the best big men in the league. 4 to McDonald. Back to Anstey, who hasn't seen a lot of it. Now he looks for the penetration. Couldn't finish it. Stephen Hoare grabs the offensive rebound for the Tigers, and left alone helps himself to the points as well.
You are witnessing 2 very good role players for respective teams. Dylan Boucher does a great job for Brisbane. And Stephen Hoare, he amazes me every time. He knows his role so well.
Bruton baseline, has it rim out. McKinnon with the offensive rebound. Tried to get it back to Bruton. Eventually it does come back to CJ, and he fires again unsuccessfully. McDonald after the loose ball. Draws a foul on CJ Bruton. His second, and the second on the Bullets in this period. Brisbane need to reel this in. Tigers have scored the last 7 and have a double-figure lead for the first time in the match.
That's a good foul. Stops them in transition. And that's why I don't like to see that unsportsmanlike. They're saying, oh, you didn't make a play for the ball. He just stopped the break. That's good basketball.
Pass from Anstey had too much on it for Rashad Tucker. Turnover number 10 for Melbourne. Brisbane has 9 turnovers as McDonald is relieved by Nathan Crosswell. Tigers haven't played that well, and they're 11 points in front.
And they're really trying to neutralize that pressure with those backdoor cuts.
Here's Reichert working the baseline. Let it skim over the rim. Anstey the rebound off to Crosswell. Stephen Hoare and Corletto quickly up the floor. Crosswell needing support again. The active hands of Dylan Boucher produce something for the Brisbane Bullets. Anstey tracking down Stephen Black and getting value for the foul there.
That's a foul.
Yeah, no doubt about that one.
5th team foul on Melbourne in this period as well.
You know, as a player, when you get this one and you see a big guy honing in on you like that, it's almost like you don't even want to go up because you know you're going to get clubbed. Blackie in the field position. I'm sure he'll recover and knock down these free throws. That's
Excellent.
what he does.
As you can see, 29 of 32 from the free throw line. 91%. Number 4 in the NBL this season. From injury interrupted start to the season. Missed the first 3 games and exploded on debut in the season with 20 and a game high 8 assists. against the Adelaide 36ers.
Well, you know you're a good free throw shooter when you're 4 of 5 for the game and your shooting percentage goes down.
Here's Stephen Hoare working on Dylan Boucher. Couldn't finish it. Tucker with the athletic offensive rebound and drawing a foul. He will go to the free throw line to try and improve on his 2 of 4 clip at the moment. Maybe Ara picks up his second personal. 25 fouls called here. Still have 4.5 minutes to play in the first half.
You know, often when teams play, you say, if we can keep this team off of the offensive glass, you know, that'll be a key to the game. But both of these teams go to the O glass so well, it's just going to be if we can get more offensive rebounds than our opponent. There's another one.
Anstey will go to the free throw line. Tigers do have many strengths. That's why they are the reigning champions.
Oh, you can beat them, but you're going to have to come out like New Zealand did, and the Tigers are going to have to play poorly.
Crosswell goes to Tucker, harassed by Dylan Boucher, working for the baseline, past a couple of defenders, travelled in the process. Points are waved away by Michael Aylen.
Really?
Overall, the rebound count 22-12 in favour of the Melbourne Tigers. And the offensive rebounding lead as well. A little over 4 minutes out from halftime. Boucher to Ebi Ara at 11 of his 13 in the first term. They're keen to go to work here against Corletto. He may have travelled, and that's the call from Tim Mills.
He did slide that pivot. Watch it. Comes here, makes a strong move. And just slides it.
Extended pressure again from the Brisbane Bullets. Anstey restarts to Corletto. Now the 7-footer has to bring the ball up the floor. Almost forced the error, the Brisbane Bullets. Axel Dench looking a little uncomfortable. Now the pass from Corletto to Crosswell is off the money. They tried hard to turn that over, and eventually they succeeded.
And what Brisbane are doing a great job of is they're getting the basketball out of the ball carrier's hands. They're getting it out of Crosswell's hands with that initial trap. They're doing the same with D-Mac when he's in. And then the other guys don't make as good of decisions.
Bullets have only scored 13 points here in 8.5 minutes of action in term number 2. Gibson running into a brick wall, retreats to Ebi Ara. He fires a little deep with the 3. Anstey grabs the rebound. Tigers continue to dominate the rebound count at the moment. As Anstey gets it from Crosswell and goes to Axel Dench. Outside to Stephen Hoare, working the baseline, needs support. Anstey in the right place at the right time, controlled a hot pass to add another 2.
Boy, I don't know how he found Chris Anstey. He looked like he had nowhere to go and somehow fires a bullet for a hoop.
Adam Gibson picks up the dribble, goes to Bradkey. Now Stephen Black in the corner has Gibson available. He fires and knocks down the 3. Coming off a season high of 10 last night against the Dragons, Gibson gets a confidence booster as he knocks down his first shot. Again, this pressure worrying the Tigers, but Crosswell now left alone and helped in by Axel Dench. Tigers across the half century. A double-figure lead. Bradkey to Stephen Black, who fires from long range, and Stephen Black splashes the 3. Anstey gets it back from Stephen Hoare. Looking inside for Stephen Hoare. Good hands from Gibson, but Hoare was equal to the challenge, and off the window, Stephen Hoare now has 7 points in the game. Only Crosswell with 9 has more for the Tigers. Boucher to Bradkey. Close range, harassed by Stephen Hoare, who picks up the foul. Tigers over the limit in terms of fouls in this period. Brisbane are working with 4 fouls at the moment. Bradkey to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Only 44% on the season, 7 of 16 in his 6 matches. Six in the game now for Mark Bradke to go with his 5 rebounds. Pass picked off from Anstey again. Brisbane's defense certainly worrying the Tigers. Boucher rejected from behind by Axel Dench, but Adam Gibson is there for the cleanup. Nice finish from the Launceston-born Adam Gibson, but now harassing Nathan Crosswell. He just got a little too busy with it. Or was it Dylan Boucher? Boucher picks up the foul, his first.
Crosswell knows that if he can attack that initial trap, then the Tigers are going to have numbers in transition. If he gives it up, not only is he playing into the hands of the Brisbane Bullets, but he doesn't get it back. They're making sure that the ball handler doesn't get it back. And that has really changed the attack of the Tigers. And as good as the Tigers are, they've been able to withstand that and still keep a lead.
Margin is 8. 95 seconds to play in the first half from the cage. Bullets second on the ladder at the moment. They'll tumble to 4th if Melbourne can chalk up their 20th consecutive home win. Stephen Black left alone, found an opening, couldn't finish it. Anstey grabs the rebound. Gets it to Crosswell, who was stripped of it by Adam Gibson, couldn't keep it alive.
Thanks, Debbie.
Well, Bullets are on a 48-minute plan because they have had fresh bodies in there, and that's why the intensity has been so high. That's why the turnover count has been so high, because both of these teams are really taking the front foot on the aggression. And they're forcing the play.
And that's illustrated by the fact that only 3 of the 10 players on the floor at the moment are starters. Anstey to Dench. They give him close attention. Boucher again there with a steal and gets it back, has numbers in support, gives it off to Brad Williamson. Williamson couldn't finish it. Boucher tries his luck, needs to go a 3rd time. Now retreats away. Bradke at the top of the key looking for the triple. Couldn't finish it. Anstey the rebound. Ball dislodged out of court. Melbourne will come up with possession.
Well, even a 7-footer's having trouble coming down with a clean rebound. Guys getting all up underneath his personal space. No such thing, I guess.
Crosswell to Anstey. They kept quiet at the offensive end. Anstey just 3 of 5 from the field. Crosswell under pressure from Stephen Black has coughed it up. Corletto. Final 30 seconds of the first half. The Brisbane Bullets down by 8. Looking to get something happening here as Stephen Black goes to Bradke. Now Williamson to Dylan Boucher. Black at the top of the key, splashes the long-range 3. 12 in the match now for Stephen Black, including 10 in this term. We are back to a 5-point ball game. Last play of the first half for Nathan Crosswell against Bradke on the retreat. Knifes his way down low, and with the clock expiring in the background, Nathan Crosswell buys another 2 for the Melbourne Tigers, who now have a 7-point lead. At half-time, it's Melbourne 57, Brisbane 50, here on Fox Sports.
Put your hands together for our
29 points to 26. The Tigers extend a 4-point quarter-time lead to a 7-point edge, and let's get a word with Nathan Crosswell.
Well, Cross, it looks like those guys are really trying to put some pressure on you. That full court trap, trying to get the ball out of the ball handler's hands, was giving you guys some trouble for a while.
Yeah, it sure was, you know, like the first time we played them up there, they just abused us with that, and I think we had about 30 turnovers. So, you know, we've worked on a lot since, so hopefully it's working. We're getting a few easy layups, so that's helping us.
Yeah, it looks like your aggression and your ability to get to the free throw line and knock those down has been the difference.
Yeah, well, I had a stinker the other night, so I'm just trying to be as aggressive as I can and get on the rim whenever I can. It's working for us right now.
Well, they've had a lot of games in a short period of time. You guys working on that. I see you guys went to the bench just like they did.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, we know that they played those 3 games in, I think, 4 days. So, you know, we're just going to get after it, keep pushing the ball, and hopefully come up with the result.
All right, thanks, Nathan.
Thanks, mate.
Nathan Crosswell there for the Melbourne Tigers. You want to win some prizes? We're going to show you just how to do it. Over 1,300 players have competed in the NBL. Some make it look more simple than others. Now NBL Wrap is giving you the chance to view all the Fox Sports action on a 42-inch LCD with Ambilight full surround, complete with home theater system, valued at $8.5 grand, courtesy of Philips. All you have to do is tell us in 25 words or less which NBL legend you think makes it look simple and why. To enter, go to the Fox Sports website and click on basketball. Entries close Monday, November 27th. The winner announced on Wrap, November 29. The great ones make it look simple.
Oh, thank you indeed.
No, thank you.
Who's that, Goldstein?
Oh, it's just ASB, sir. They give you a follow-up phone call a month after you move into your new house, just to check everything's okay.
What new house?
I mean, wrong number.
My name is Sam Fisher. I've become a double agent. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell double agent.
Jump into Bunnings Warehouse for the lowest home improvement prices every day. With no sales, no gimmicks, just the lowest prices every day. Nylon tool bag, $9.95. 10 litres Dulux Weather Shield exterior acrylic for $155.80. Montego 7-piece aluminium setting, $398. 100 by 25mm standard decking timber at $1.47 per lineal metre. And if you happen to find a cheaper price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%.
Bunnings Warehouse!
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
If you're a little in the dark over the Holidays Act, tax, KiwiSaver, or any other payroll issues, talk to the experts. Who are they? Mind your own business.
Harvey Norman's huge 3-day manufacturer's computer clearance is on. Rush in for hot deals on our massive range of computers and notebooks. Update and upgrade now to the latest technology from Hewlett-Packard, Compaq, Acer, Toshiba and NEC. Prices have been slashed. Be quick to grab the sensational bargains in store. Friday, Saturday, Sunday only. All our current stocks must be cleared. We've gone and blitzed the lot. Don't shop anywhere else. We have the range, we have the service, we have the sensational savings. Harvey Norman's huge 3-day manufacturer's computer clearance is on now. Hurry, reductions must end Sunday. Don't miss out.
Darling, would you stop that?
Stop what?
You're breathing really loudly.
No, I'm just breathing. Normally.
No, it's really loud. Sort of breathy.
Shall I stop?
You're still doing it.
The crowd goes wild. Swartz a little twisted. Go, Scout!
Now you're making me angry!
Am I gonna get pregnant? Because I can't get pregnant right now!
The blockbuster premiere Bewitched, Sunday on Sky Movies 1.
The Australian Open, coming soon, live and exclusive Sky Sport.
Welcome back to the cage in Melbourne, where the Melbourne Tigers have a 7-point lead here over Brisbane. It's 57-50 at the moment. Before we get some expert analysis on this match from Steve Carfino, his expert analysis has been called into question following the absence of Carlos Powell from the All-Star game. On Thursday night, the New Zealand Breakers took on the Melbourne Tigers, and Carlos Powell, was that him swinging off the rim and dunking his way to 28 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists? 4 blocks, 3 steals. The man is everywhere. He has the fans on his feet. He was an angry man. He was left out of the All-Star game. He decided he would put on an All-Star clinic by himself. A one-man wrecking machine. He was dunking that many times they had to take him off in the last quarter because they thought that he would do himself some damage. Chris Ernst, no. Ernst's in the All-Star game. Carlos Powell is not in the All-Star game. I don't know if we can make a late replacement. Your credibility is dying here, Steve, because Carlos Powell, not only did he dominate that match against the Melbourne Tigers, but he had a little something for the selectors who snubbed him.
I was upset, man. Before the game, when they told me I didn't make the All-Star team, I was pretty hot about that, and I just brought it to the court with me.
We're fair here on Fox Sports. You're right of reply, Steve.
You're going to give me a chance to talk. I tell you what, Andre Lamanis is happy with me because he was motivated to play like that after he wasn't selected on the All-Star team. So, Andre, I'm with you, baby. He's playing like that for the rest of the year, and you can thank me for it.
Well, Andrew Gaze and Cal Bruton were the other co-selectors of that team. It wasn't all Steve, and Steve was a little surprised when his name didn't appear there. But Carlos Powell will try and get there somehow because he was very exciting.
Oh, he is a great player. Not only can he play, he does it with flair, which is an all-star type player. Disappointed he's not going to be there, but I tell you what, he is making some noise, and I tell you, my phone was buzzing off the hook. In the first quarter, he had 3 dunks, and there was like 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Everybody, he's like, Carlos Powell is killing you, Steve. And I tell you, I'll have to just eat my hat on that one.
Well, let's get back to the match here between the Tigers and the Brisbane Bullets. A key matchup, but it hasn't lived up to expectations so far. In fact, all of these players should be banned from the All-Star game. The Tigers are shooting at a reasonable clip, 53% from the field. They were 12 of 18 there in the second period, but the turnovers are killing them. 16 turnovers to 10. We've had 28 fouls called already in the match. The Brisbane are playing to a plan. They're trying to take Melbourne out of their comfort zone, and it's working despite the fact they're down by 7.
I think both of these teams realize that you just can't come out here and play with the other one and try and be successful. I think they know that they have to be the aggressor. They know that they have to be physical, and they know they have to take each team out of their comfort zone and try and make them make turnovers. Both teams have been successful at doing that, just the Tigers have been a little bit better.
And the Tigers have needed support of the likes of Nathan Crosswell coming off the bench to kickstart their offense. He was busy in the first period where he had 9 points. He has 13 at the moment to be a joint high scorer with Ebi Ora from Brisbane.
Well, he's just been aggressive. And the Brisbane Bullets have been pressuring, so there are open court opportunities. So when Nathan Crosswell has gotten the basketball, because he's been so aggressive, he's had those opportunities. He's been to the line 8 times already, and that just shows you how aggressive he's been in the open court with that extended pressure. They're susceptible to that.
And both these teams are very deep because the Tigers have been able to call on Stephen Hoare as well to produce off the bench when his team's offense is spluttering, and he at the moment has added 7 points. In fact, the Tigers have 9 scorers and they've only used 9 players.
Well, these opportunities are there if you go after them. The role players have come in and done a great job for the Melbourne Tigers, and so when he comes in, he's grabbing offensive rebounds and he's running the floor with that extended pressure. You're going to get numbers like that. And those are big numbers for Stephen Hoare. He doesn't come on and take a lot of shots, but all of them have been good shots. 3 of 5 from the field, and he's 1 of 1 outside the three-point line because he was wide open. He takes what the defense gives him.
Well, let's see exactly how the Melbourne Tigers have been turning over the ball. They have 16 turnovers in the first half. And was it Brisbane's defense or was it just them being a little complacent? Maybe a mixture of both.
I think it was a little bit of both, but probably more the fact that the Brisbane Bullets have been putting good pressure. Now look at these. That's a tough turnover because that's a trap. That's active hands. Ball in the open court by a guy that's not used to handling it with that type of pressure. They're forced to go to backdoor cuts, maybe something they're not real comfortable with. Active hands again by Dylan Boucher. Just about all of these turnovers have been aggressive ones where they're trying to attack and haven't been able to pull it off. You can see a lot of guys shaking their heads.
But I tell you what, you get the basketball out of the hands of the guys like D-Mac and Nathan Crosswell, and you keep the pressure on the whole court, there are going to be some turnovers. Guys aren't used to handling the ball in that situation.
Well, the Bullets have got momentum as well. This is their 3rd game in 4 days. They've won the previous 2. They're looking to extend their winning streak to 5 matches here at the moment. And Ebi Arab was doing his best work in the first term. He exploded on the Melbourne Tigers, knocked down 11 of his 13 in the first term.
Well, I thought he got going by a couple of poor decisions. Those first 2 3-point shots, I thought were poor decisions by the Tigers. They went to the wrong guy when there was one player to guard one defender to guard 2 guys, and they went to the wrong guy. He's a very good shooter. He's a dangerous guy. Then Brisbane got confident, shot the basketball well. This is a good game. Look at all these guys with good shooting percentages, 5 of 9 from the field, perfect from the free throw line, and 50% outside the arc. That is a good half of basketball for a good athlete, and a good shooter, and a good scorer like Ebi Arab.
And the Brisbane Bullets trailing by 7 at the moment, but they've shown us enough so far here in the first half that they can take over.
Oh, for sure. I mean, both of these teams, I thought with that first half performance, showed that they could take this game over. The Tigers have done a good job to stay in front, but Brisbane have made a lot of claims as to in this game as to why they can go out and get this win, and nobody's been able to do it against the Tigers in this building.
Not since the Sydney Kings back in October last year has anyone beaten the Melbourne Tigers here on their home floor. So again for Joey Wright, the coach of the Brisbane Bullets, here at halftime, some good points, but also some work needs to be done.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they played some good basketball, but they're losing at this point, probably because their extended pressure got them in a position where they were giving up some cheap baskets and allowed the Tigers to shoot a high percentage.
All right, entertaining first half has Melbourne in front by 7. We'll have more for you from the cage right after this.
Harvey Norman's huge 3-day manufacturer's computer clearance is on. Rush in for hot deals on our massive range of computers and notebooks. Upgrade now to the latest technology from Hewlett-Packard, Compaq, Acer, Toshiba and NEC. Prices have been slashed. Be quick to grab the sensational bargains in store. Friday, Saturday, Sunday only. All our current stocks must be cleared. We've gone and blitzed the lot. Don't shop anywhere else. We have the range, we have the service, we have the sensational savings. Harvey Norman's huge 3-day manufacturer's computer clearance is on now. Hurry, reductions must end Sunday. Don't miss out.
Subway Daytime Drama presents Hung Up. Action!
It's lunch. What are you in the mood for?
Something different. Something... What's the word? Something fresh. Something...
Normal?
No. New. The word is new. As in Subway restaurants. Great tasting and we stress new Southern glazed chicken. Tender chicken in a tangy sauce. Fresh toasted to perfection. Subway. Eat fresh.
Extra broadband has been unleashed, with all plans now at maximum download speeds. Blaze through the internet from just $1 a day. Plus, get a free modem and connection. Call now on 0800 003040 or visit us online or in-store.
Don't miss Mitre 10 Mega's Big Garden Expo this weekend. Check out the huge range of plants, garden ornaments, lawnmowers, line trimmers, blower vacs, garden tools, and take advantage of mega prices. Like this Karcher Water Blaster with free T-Racer for $298 or 3 40-litre bags of Results Compost for $11. Plus triple flybys. And there's 12 months interest-free on purchases over $300. Normal lending and credit criteria apply. The Mitre 10 Mega Garden Expo this Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
Been waiting for the best deal? Harvey Norman's latest catalogue, The Best of the Best, is out now. 32 full pages of the best from small appliances to whiteware and audio-visual. And for a limited time only, pay from no deposit with no interest and no repayments till April 2008. That's right, 17 months interest-free deferred payment in the electrical department. Only at Harvey Norman, New Zealand's best of the best. Best range, best brands.
Need to win that first game. They've got a great pack. We need discipline.
Beautiful, but dangerous.
They're hard to beat at home.
All will be revealed after the final whistle.
Blacked out Twickenham. Wouldn't that be nice?
Follow the All Blacks in their quest to answer the unknown.
The expression says it all on Graham Henry's face.
England All Blacks, Monday, exclusively live, Sky Sport 1 and the Rugby Channel. Brought to you by GJ Gardner Homes.
Second half action from the cage in Melbourne. It's the Tigers with the possession arrow and leading by 7. After an impressive second term, they shot the ball particularly well. Here's Dave Thomas handing off to Anstey. Plenty of energy about the Tigers in this first play phase. Brisbane playing good D again. McDonald against Riker. Excellent D. And Bradke gets it out to Stephen Black. McKinnon joining in. Stephen Black retreating away from Anstey. Now goes to Bradke in the give and go. Had to set it up high. Worried out of the points by the Melbourne Tigers D.
That's what the Tiger size does to you. You don't block the shot, they change it.
David Stiff handing off to McDonald at close quarters. 10 on the shot clock now for the Tigers. Anstey hasn't hit a 3 tonight. Now he has.
And that's just like D-Mac drawing a double team, and he will find the wide open guy if you go to the right spot.
Black was looking for CJ Bruton, had a little too much on it. Turnover number 11 for Brisbane.
Well, Stephen Black thought that CJ was going to fade to the corner, but usually when a guy is trailing you on the screen, you do curl cut. If he goes over the top, you fade.
McDonald against Stephen Black. Now puts the Jets on down to the baseline against a smaller opponent. Comes up with the easy 2.
So even when you go behind the ball screen, he has the ability to turn the corner and get a layup on you.
Tigers have scored the last 7, bracketed across half-time. 12-point margin. Haven't seen anyone bigger in the match. As Bradke gets it on the foul line, left alone. Couldn't finish it. Reichardt, the offensive rebound under pressure from McDonald, who goes back at him and eventually has sprung the ball free. Anstey has McDonald and Dave Thomas in support, but a tangle of arms and legs forces them to slow it down.
He should have given the ball up to D-Mac right away. That break wouldn't have looked nearly as ugly as that.
Tucker taking on plenty of defenders and then overdid it from close range. Reichardt the rebound to McKinnon, who's lost control. Reaching in, David Stiff has been called for the foul. His 3rd.
That looked kind of clean to me.
There's another referee a foot and a half away. No, I'm just telling you what I saw.
That's why you got low.
No worries, mate. I've got no problem.
Well, David Stiff was voted as the best sportsman in the NBL, but he was asking a little too much of Sam McKinnon to admit that he'd stripped it clean. He was never going to get that.
Never.
Bruton penetrating. Good hands from Dave Thomas, but it spills to Stephen Black. Now McKinnon. Bruton shut down by the double team. McKinnon, the 3 is all the bottom of the net.
And Sam really has improved his perimeter game to where if you leave him open, he's got his feet set, he'll knock that down.
McKinnon shooting the ball at 48% from long range this season. Number 6 in the NBL as McDonald penetrates. He's looking for Tucker, but McKinnon came up with it. Now Stephen Black again with Anstey to beat. And Anstey kept it alive, but couldn't get it to David Stiff. And Brisbane will get it back again. Both teams forcing the issue here, which hasn't made it the prettiest game that we've had this season. No lacking the intensity as Black goes to work with a hook shot. It was ambitious, but it's all the bottom of the net for Stephen Black. 14 in the game. He takes over as the match lead scorer as McDonald adds another 2 and draws a foul. He caught them napping again.
Well, he's had a couple of them that haven't gone his way. He's made a couple of turnovers, and then it looks like he just took that one personal. And it's kind of like a sign to his opponent and a sign to the officials when he gets a score like that, and then he'll kind of stare at the refs like, you know, I've been getting hammered. That's why I haven't been able to make these plays.
Well, this is one of 3 matches being played in the NBL tonight. We can update the score for you from Wollongong and Townsville. Now, no Cortez Groves tonight for Wollongong. Now, just with a precautionary move, 63-61, Wollongong lead Townsville as McDonald goes to work against Bruton unsuccessfully. And Reichardt charges back up the floor for the Bullets to Bradke. Now Black working against Dave Thomas. 3.5 minutes done, term number 3. Bradkey muscles his way down to the baseline, feeds Bruton, who's off the money, and David Stiff grabs the rebound. Anstey, catch and shoot. The long-range 3 is off the money. Tucker got a piece of it. It spills to Stephen Black, and now finds Bruton working at the Sam McKinnon for the nice finish.
Bradkey with a good seal of the only defense that was back there, Rashad Tucker. And that just left a wide open path for Sam McKinnon.
Back to an 8-point ball game. As Anstey hands off now to Dave Thomas, working on the shorter Stephen Black, confronted by Reichard. A tip in from David Stiff adds another 2 for the Melbourne Tigers. Bruton, who's 1 of 5 from the field, hasn't had a good night of it, as Anstey picks up his 3rd personal.
Chris Anstey, 3rd personal foul. Substitution. Reichard is out. Boucher.
Reaching over the top is a low percentage play on defense. It's like reaching from behind. Once the guy goes past you, you can get him clean, and a lot of times you get called for that.
Bruton restarts to Bradkey, retreating further to Stephen Black. Now back to Bruton, who fires over Anstey and knocks down the shot as well. Only his 2nd field goal of the match, but it's good enough to get his team back to within 8. Tucker takes it from McDonald, goes to Anstey. David Stiff with a nice seal on Dylan Boucher. That's easier said than done. And from close range, David Stiff adds the finishing touches. At the other end, Boucher, non-preferred left hand, couldn't get it to tumble. Stiff has it again. Dribbling near Sam McKinnon was a mistake though, and now Dave Thomas goes alone. Can't finish it, but Rashad Tucker does.
How about all the offensive tips that are happening in this game? Guys getting a running start. Everybody's got to do a better job of getting a body on people, but the game's so wide open, it's hard to get a traditional block out.
Bruton against multiple opposition, knocked down by David Stiff after taking the shot. Tucker has Thomas and McDonald in support, but the Bullets had the athletic Sam McKinnon as the only defender, and he was good enough to defuse the situation. Now Black at the other end knocks down the 3. What a turnaround for the Brisbane Bullets.
17 points.
You really have to look and see who's back on D. It's a little guard who's kind of playing the middle. He can throw it over his head, but Sam McKinnon is a good defender, not just a good athlete.
Stiff looking down for Anstey. It was a poor pass. McKinnon gets it to Boucher. Now Bruton with Black in support. Good D from McDonald and Dave Thomas. Now Anstey thought about the 3 against Bradkey. Turned it down, went back to Darryl McDonald. Tigers by 9. Dusty Reichard on the Brisbane bench at the moment. It's been an entertaining affair, but hard work at the office, Dusty.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle tonight for us. It's our 3rd game in 4 or 5 days, and myself personally is pretty much out of field for tonight, but I'll keep trying. Hopefully the boys we can get this lead down and come through in the 4th.
The Tigers make you shoot over some long arms. You've had a couple of floaters go down.
Yeah, they're definitely a long team, long and athletic, and definitely the tallest team and most athletic team in the competition. And it challenges your shots. It makes you think twice when you're going down the lane, but hopefully we can get over that and adjust in the 4th quarter.
You guys have been able to match them with the energy.
Yeah, Boucher's out there. We're trying to increase the defense, full court press, but it seems like when we're doing that, they're breaking it pretty easy right now. So hopefully we'll get that fixed up and get better in the 4th.
Well, we'll let you suck in some air. The coach might need you again, Dusty. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Dusty Reichard, a live in-game interview from the Brisbane Bullets bench. Plenty happening off the ball. We saw some push and shove last night with McKinnon and Shane Hill ejected. I'm sure we're going to see some more action from the referees here before this one is over, as well as Tucker has to retreat to Dave Thomas against Ebi Ara. Now it's Anstey firing the 3 against Boucher unsuccessfully. Tucker, the offensive rebound. Couldn't finish it from close range though, and McKinnon puts a stop to it. Stephen Hoare taking a whack to the face in the process, just counting his teeth at the moment, as Stephen Black goes to the ambitious and unsuccessful hook shot. And Stephen Hoare is bleeding from that whack to the face that he took at the other end of the floor, and he will have to sit down, replaced by Axel Dench.
I'm just giving him the answer that I have.
Yeah, I think he's missing some teeth. And you don't see Stephen Hoare laboring over anything unless it's serious. That's why everybody that plays this game should wear a mouth guard.
He's been productive again tonight, Stephen Hoare. 7 points, 5 rebounds in just 13 minutes of play. And Axel Dench to Anstey. Now Dave Thomas. Dench wanting to post up Dylan Boucher. Crosswell left alone at the top of the key, can't finish it. And Boucher grabs the loose ball. Ebby Arat working hard. Mick Hill joining in. Ebby goes to work, and the foul is called on the Melbourne Tigers. Nathan Crosswell. His first, the Tigers' third foul in this term.
See, he'll live with that one. He makes him make a decision. And they just have not allowed Brisbane to get it going in transition. Hit a couple of buckets, and then they'll rather put them to the line, slow this thing down, make it a half-court game. The Tigers want to run too, but in a half-court, knock-down, drag-them-out fight, the Tigers are just too big for most teams to be able to score with in a half-court situation.
Season high of 25 for Ebby Arat, included 5 of 7 threes in Wollongong 2 weeks ago. Now up to 14 in this game. It's Tucker goes back to Crosswell. Anstey posting up McKinnon, gets a double team. Tucker at close quarters did a good job to manufacture a shot, but then when he found the opening, he needed to do a little better from close range. Thought he was fouled. A little over 4 minutes left, term number 3. Tigers started this term leading by 7. Now a 9-point buffer. Dave Thomas finds Anstey in the corner working the baseline. Got it to Axel Dench. He needs support. Backs to Anstey. And adding another 2, Chris Anstey into double figures. The third Melbourne Tigers player in that category. Bruton puts it on the floor and then gave up the pass intended for McKinnon. Over and back violation is called, but C.J. Bruton telling Tim Mills it was deflected by the Melbourne Tigers.
I know he's not asking Chris Anstey to tell the refs he did.
Well, I looked to him, he said it wasn't touched, so it's got to be over.
3.5 left, term number 3. Crosswell wanting a screen from Anstey. Guarded by Mick Hill. Now goes down to the co-captain against McKinnon. Forcing his way into the centre. The fall away, though, didn't have enough on it. Bruton keeps it alive to McKinnon. Again, good D from the Brisbane Bullets. It's at the offensive end where they need to start making things happen. Boucher to McKinnon in close quarters, and he makes the finger roll. 12 in the match now for Sam McKinnon. And Boucher going for the steal. He was inviting himself into the corporate box at courtside. You won't get anything less than 110% from Dylan Boucher. Kiwi international. Led his team in steals at the World Championships. He'll rack up a lot of points for you, but you'll get your value from him. Dench to Corletto, now Crosswell. Anstey and Tucker, the only starters on the floor for Melbourne at the moment. And there's Boucher again, stripping Anstey of possession, feeding Adam Gibson, who goes to work. Fouled by Daryl Corletto. Fans thought it was a phantom call. The Gibson's off to the free throw line.
That's a good strip by Dylan Boucher. We'll be right in front of this play. See if there's some, and he clipped that right leg.
Adam Gibson finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting last season. Spent time at the AIS playing his junior ball in Launceston. And that eases the situation just slightly for the Brisbane Bullets, who have now outscored Melbourne in this period. Corletto dropped a hot potato, went back to get it to Tucker. Anstey with dunk on his mind, challenged by Sam McKinnon. Now he's come down hard here, Chris Anstey. Doesn't look too good. Corletto down as well on the halfway line.
2 down, 1 foul.
Anstey telling his teammates he feels as though he can get back to his feet. Certainly no malice involved there as Sam McKinnon challenged the dunk, but Anstey's eyes lit up when he saw the opening, but Sam McKinnon was between he and the rim. Good to see the big man back on his feet.
Well, he got his feet underneath him, and at least he didn't land flat on his back, and may have got a little wrist back there too.
It's certainly taken the wind out of his sails. Likewise, Daryl Corletto, who sits on the end of the Melbourne Tigers bench at the moment, feeling a little second hand. Stephen Hoare yet to return from the change rooms after taking a whack to the face and bleeding from the mouth. All hands on deck for the Melbourne Tigers. They lead by 7, 2.5 to play, term number 3. Brisbane still within striking distance, will not go away. Thomas getting a deflection. Now it spills to Mick Hill. He goes to work, shows them some quicks and elevating for the finish as well. First field goal of the night for Mick Hill. Back to a 5-point ball game. Dench gives it up to Tucker. 10 on the shot clock as David Stiff joins in. They challenge him to take the shot, and that's why. Ebby Ura couldn't keep it alive, though. Tucker rejected by the athletic Ebby Ura, who wanted a call.
21 seconds. 21.
Brisbane making Melbourne work very hard here. As Thomas goes to Axel Dench, guarded by McKinnon. Top of the key, Dave Thomas elevates for the 3. Look at McKinnon jumping upstairs for rebound number 5. Dylan Boucher did a good job there against Dave Thomas, but then inexplicably missed from close range. Fans don't like it, but Dylan Boucher's going to the free throw line. Chris Anstey joining us from the Tigers bench. Let's hope there's not too many problems there with the back. Just a nasty fall, Chris.
Yeah, I just wrenched my shoulder and my wrist a little bit, landed underneath me, so it's all right.
This is hard work at the moment. It's been a long night at the office. Brisbane unsettling the Tigers a little with their pressure.
Yeah, I think both teams are pretty tired. We've both had pretty tough schedules, and I think it's just going to come down to effort areas tonight. Rebounds, loose balls, that kind of thing, but there's not much in it.
Well, given the fact that you were humbled by New Zealand on Thursday night, this is an important one. You wouldn't want to let this slip.
Yeah, it's important whether we won against New Zealand or not. Brisbane are obviously going to be a team that's there at the end of the season, and we need to try to get the split on them. We're playing twice in a week, so yeah, we're going to have a good last quarter.
We'll let you catch your breath. Thanks for your time. Chris Anstey from the Tigers bench. Stephen Hoare about to check back in with plaster all around his top lip. That's how much they need his services. Pass from Tucker intended for David Stiff. It's cut out by McKinnon, who's been everywhere at the defensive end here in term number 3. And Brisbane are threatening to tie this away as Mick Hill goes to work. Out to Ebby Ura. He works inside the 3-point line, drops another 2. The Bullets have scored the last 6. We have a 1-point ball game. Final 50 seconds of term number 3. Second on the ladder versus 4th on the ladder. And it has been a titanic struggle. Crosswell, guarded by Mick Hill. Shot clock rolls to 10 for Melbourne. Dench, the go-to man from long range, couldn't finish it. David Stiff, the offensive rebound with the left hand. He buys the Tigers some breathing space. David Stiff has been important at the offensive end in terms of rebounding. The Tigers have 15 offensive rebounds to just 7 from Brisbane. 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Mick Hill went quickly, never looked likely, and now the Tigers have an opportunity here at the end of term number 3. Crosswell has Tucker under the hoop, eventually gets it to him, and from close range, the Tigers add the 2. That is all for term number 3. A spirited fight back by Brisbane, but the Tigers hold sway by 5. It's Melbourne 78, Brisbane 73. Here on Fox Sports.
The Tigers with a couple of clutch baskets in the dying minute of that quarter, but Sam McKinnon was doing all the damage for the Brisbane Bullets. It was a big quarter for Brisbane, getting back into the game, just let it slip in the last minute. Sam from the three-point line and shooting it very well outside the arc this year, very confident. Sam as a trailer, Sam as a cutter, so we've seen him do the 3, the cutter, and the trailer, doing it all today, scoring, and he is getting it done. That's why they're getting up there on the NBL ladder. Let's check out where the Brisbane Bullets are, just behind the Sydney Kings. Sydney 7-3, as well as the Brisbane Bullets and the Perth Wildcats, trailed by the Melbourne Tigers, the Cairns Taipans at 6-3. The Wollongong Hawks dip all the way down to 4-4 with a 2-game gap there, with the Crocs at 5-6 after dropping one at home to the South Dragons. 36ers at 4-6, and a team that are not 500, but still a threat anytime you play against these guys. New Zealand Breakers with a big win over the Melbourne Tigers. Anybody can win in this competition, except maybe those 2 guys.
The Tigers have been made to work hard here by the Brisbane Bullets. Rebound count 37-23 in Melbourne's way. That's been a big factor for them. Brisbane still close enough, outscoring Melbourne 23-21 in that period in front of a crowd of 3,150. Stephen Hoare looking a little worse for wear. But in a season where the schedule is compressed, we'll play 33 games in 21 weeks in the minor round before even thinking about the playoffs. Injuries are going to be a factor that every team will have to deal with.
That's not a good look. Andrew Gaze, remember several years back, had the mummy look. Had some stitches in his head that they tried to keep from bleeding. Must be the same trainer working for the Tigers, because Stephen Hoare looks equally as ridiculous.
Gibson after Ebi Ura, who's been quiet since the opening period, where he had 11 of his 16 points. Here's Boucher working against David Stiff. Travelling violation is called on Dylan Boucher. Turnovers for Brisbane, 21 for the Melbourne Tigers. Pressure up the floor from the Bullets, and again Melbourne just having their problems breaking it down. Moore to Crosswell. David Stiff, the only starter on the floor here at the beginning of the 4th term, as Al Westover rests his key players. Rijkaard pushes David Stiff out of the way and comes up with just his 3rd field goal of the match.
Relax. No, it's not. Here we go.
Watch David Stiff get up. He gets up right in Dusty Rijkaard's third. I'm surprised that he didn't pick up a foul there.
How was he voted the best sportsman in the NBL? By his peers, of course. They have blown it right there. Here's Crosswell going to work, rejected by Ebi Ura, but a foul had occurred prior to that. In fact, it's going to be called on Rijkaard. His 4th personal.
That's how you attack pressure. Nathan Crosswell's been doing it well all night long for the Tigers. And that is such a luxury. They pick him up from Cairns. What a great pickup. Daryl McDonald, although has to be the best 42-year-old on the planet, does need a blow, and this is a quality backup point guard, Nathan Crosswell.
5-point lead for the Melbourne Tigers. Early stages of this final period. Ebi Ura gets it from Gibson. Now looking to split Corletto and Axel Dench, and Ebi Ura comes to the party. Brisbane are looming here. They haven't led since the opening term, but they continue to work hard, and Gibson from close range edges them back to within a single point. And this extended pressure is causing problems. Boucher's stolen it. Goes back to Ebi Ura, who's rejected by Dench, but it was done illegally. Well, Dench complaining that Tim Mills was right in front of the play, and Ian Watts has made the call from behind the action.
I've got the timeout. Timeout.
Axel Dench with a good recovery there. And that does kind of upset you when the official right in front of the play doesn't make that call.
Bust it up. Don't run away. You're the foreman. I keep telling you guys, hard for these guys again. 4 or 5, bust your ass up the line. We got it to you. Then we circle, you can throw it back, you can pass it up. But it has to be quick, and you gotta be strong with the ball. That pass on the version was sloppy and soft. But Stiffy, you hold them off like you want it, and snap the damn passes. Fucking turnovers, fellas. Take care of the damn ball, get us into our stuff. That's your assignment. Don't be people running away. It's a group thing. He's dribbling it up. We're my guards. We're the forwards. Come get it. Run the show. We're in King now. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
They have looked suspect against this pressure, and they had trouble with it the first time they played the Bullets. And so there's no surprise factor. I'm sure they scouted and went over how they were going to attack extended pressure. They have not executed it tonight, and that's why we're in a 1-point game.
Tigers had 26 turnovers the last times they played Brisbane. Let's update some scores for you in the other matches being played tonight in the Phillips Championship. And we'll start in Adelaide, where the 36ers trail by 6 at the major break. New Zealand 52, Adelaide 46. Carlos Power, lazy 10.6 rebounds and 2 assists. Just continuing. Maybe he'll stay in Adelaide and be ready for the All-Star game when we get there on November 25. In the other match being played tonight, three-quarter time in Wollongong, remembering the Hawks playing without Cortez Groves are holding off Townsville by 3 points at the moment. Remembering that Townsville were beaten by the Sydney Kings last night by 19 points. So a tough road double. But in this year of the Phillips Championship, it is a tough road, full stop. Tied away at 80. 90 seconds done in the final term. Brisbane go to Ebi Ura, who elevates against Corletto. Taken out of it after making the shot. Reichert with the offensive rebound. After Stephen Hall almost had him in a headlock, and now Mick Hill under pressure from Stephen Hall, who just keeps coming and forces the error.
Just trying to turn the corner and lost the ball. And I like how they're not bailing these guys out.
Stephen Hall to Axel Dench. Still the Tigers with just one starter on the floor at the moment. Brisbane have 2 in Ebi Ura and Dusty Reichert. Here's Crosswell. Shot clock down to 5 for Melbourne as Crosswell bounces off Reichert, gets Dench involved from close range, couldn't finish it. Good D again from Brisbane. Mick Hill around David Stiff, has support up the floor, couldn't find it. Passing lane for Adam Gibson, goes to Ebi Ura, who knocks down the 3, and the Brisbane Bullets are in front for the first time since the opening period. They've scored the last 8 points, and the Tigers are looking shaky. Foul called on Dylan Boucher. His third, second on Brisbane in this period.
Boy, the Tigers have not looked impressive against this extended pressure. And the thing is, the Bullets haven't been rattled by the fact that the Tigers have gotten some easy baskets when they've extended the pressure. But it's been constant all night, and it is reaping the rewards right now.
No point being in front for 87% of the match if you're not in front when the final whistle goes. Brisbane holding sway. Dave Thomas can't answer. Dench kept it alive and then drew a foul on Reichert, and Reichert has picked up his 5th.
Dench isn't a great rebounder, but he is a big body on the weak side as it bounces off. He's got Sam McKinnon, and there he goes. He'll go to the line for 2 because it was a controlled tip. He was trying to shoot that.
Warning. Mick, Michael.
Joey Wright getting an official warning from referee Ian Watts. That'll make him feel happier.
Well, he's got to take heed to that warning, because that's the last thing they need is a technical foul right now. That could really swing it.
What a road trip it's been for Brisbane as McKinnon grabs the rebound. A beat to New Zealand, then to Wollongong, West Sydney, Perth, the Dragons last night, and now against the Tigers. Anstey rejects Riker. Stephen Hoare joins in the block party as well.
Well, you got to like Dusty. He goes at the body of Anstey. He gets it blocked. He makes you come up with tough defensive plays, and if you don't, he's on the line.
McKinnon to Riker. Now it's Adam Gibson feeling confident. Sprays the three. McKinnon, the offensive rebound, gets Stephen Black a look, but he decides to slow it down. The Brisbane bench all up at the moment. Gibson needs help. McKinnon provides it. Now Reichert joining in, splitting Dave Thomas and Anstey, but good D from the big man. And Anstey wins it back for the Tigers. This is a playoff-like atmosphere here at the cage. Trust you are enjoying our coverage. As Dench finds Anstey at the offensive end, he can't finish it. Dench kept it alive. Stephen Hoare from close range ties it away with 8 and a bit minutes to play.
Dench is a very good passer down on the low block, and you saw just that.
Adam Gibson to McKinnon. Now in the corner, Stephen Black measures the three. It's off the money, and Stephen Hoare grabs the rebound. Dave Thomas will bring the Tigers across the halfway line. 8 minutes left on the clock. Tied at 83. Anstey from three-point territory gives the Tigers back the lead.
How often do you see that? Boy, you don't want to see a 7-footer on the three-point line a lot, but he hits some big threes in tight situations.
Only the 5th three-pointer of the match for the Melbourne Tigers. Stephen Black finds an opening in the paint and a nice controlled finish as well. 19 now for Stephen Black, and only Ebi Arab with 22 has more in the game. Reichert stolen the ball for the Brisbane Bullets and goes to work a little casually. McKinnon works hard, but he can't get it to go. In fact, it was Gibson as McDonald goes to Anstey at the other end, and there's some authority for you as the fans climb to their feet.
That's what happens when you get the ball in D-Mac's hands or Crosswell's hands. Those guys know what to do with it in the open court. They get him a high percentage shot and a good timeout by Brisbane and Joey Wright, because after this, not only is it a score for the Tigers, but the crowd are involved. The timeout takes the crowd out of the game, and they can adjust and make sure that they stay in this thing.
That's all right. Way to work for that, but we don't even get that possession if you don't work for that. That's okay. All right? Look, 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes to go. Offensive end. Let's keep moving, all right? Keep moving. Run a motion, okay? Down screens. Look at the curl. Over and under the next time we're down, okay? Down here, we want to press up. We got to extend our pressure up the court, okay? We don't have to gamble, extend our pressure. We're letting them get back down here again. Turn the offense. They get shots. You guys got to press up, all right? Gamble a little bit. Gamble a little bit. Let's go.
What pressure do you want out the court? Full court man or
1-2-2, 75. All right, 75.
I love how Brisbane have disrupted the flow of Melbourne all night long. They not only have extended the pressure and caused turnovers, but they've done a great job of not allowing them to get into their half-court stuff. It's like 15, 13 seconds every time they do break the pressure. They're having a hard time getting the ball into D-Mac's hands. For that one, he gets them a good shot with the shot clock winding down. We haven't seen that too often tonight.
Two of the heavyweights in the National Basketball League standing toe-to-toe here. Less than 7 minutes to play. Brisbane down by 3 as Mick Hill goes exploring against Dave Thomas. Wanted bouncer involved. The Tigers, though, with active hands, force the error. But now they're going to have trouble restarting as Hoare gets it to Dave Thomas, and now McDonald. Over the halfway line, spinning on Stephen Black. They collapse on him in the paint, and they force the error, but Stephen Black's pass from Mick Hill didn't do him any favours, and Stephen Hoare got a piece of the action. Anstey perched in the corner. Can't get the three to tumble. Dave Thomas relieves McKinnon of it. No reward for effort there for Sam McKinnon. Hoare getting it to Dave Thomas, who had a good seal. And now Anstey marching into the paint, short-armed it, and McKinnon rewarded as he keeps working hard with a rebound. Well, this has had everything, and we have a little over 6 minutes remaining. Stephen Black goes to Mick Hill in the corner, and what a time for Mick Hill to knock down his first three of the match. Tied at 88, McDonald shakes off Ebby. Arab decides to go solo. It was a good option.
So tough. So tough. CJ Bruton comes back into the game for Brisbane. But D-Mac in the open court, that is not what Brisbane wants. Puts the ball on the floor, that one extra time in the paint. Gets the finish. He's not happy about the fact he felt like he was fouled as well.
Had a season high 18 in New Zealand on Thursday night. Darryl McDonald to lead his team. He's leading them home here again as Bruton goes to Mick Hill. 5.5 left on the clock. McKinnon harassed by Stephen Hoare. Finds Boucher working the baseline. Anstey reaches in behind. Deflected the ball to the advantage of a teammate. Now it's out of court. Last touch by Brisbane. Dave Thomas. Finds McDonald, who's looking very casual in the crisis. Tigers by 2. Hoare to Tucker. Shot clock to 5 as McDonald works on CJ Bruton from good range. Has it bobble around the rim and then jump out. Brisbane with an opportunity to retake the lead or tie it away. Mick Hill's going for the lead. Oh, what a play from Mick Hill. He's into double figures. The 4th Brisbane player in that category. And the Bullets lead by a point. They've won their last 3 matches by single figures as Anstey fires unsuccessfully. Stephen Hoare keeps it alive. McDonald gets Dave Thomas involved. Back to Stephen Hoare, who can't finish, but Anstey with the offensive rebound. And now Stephen Hoare again. The Tigers just too big at the moment for Brisbane, who are playing with Bradkey on the bench and Reichart sitting down as well. Anstey looks for Stephen Hoare. Away from Stephen Black, but Brisbane come up with possession. Melbourne had their opportunities. Anstey called for the foul. That's his 4th and the 2nd on Melbourne in this term.
Bullets running out of that missed shot by Stephen Hoare. He went to the ground. They had numbers. I mean, from the warm-ups, this has always felt like it was going to be a close game. Throughout the entire match, the Bullets have just had more energy than I've ever seen the Bullets play with.
That's saying something when they're playing their 3rd game in 4 days. Stephen Black harassed by Darryl McDonald, who picks up his 2nd foul. Now both teams have committed 3 fouls in this term. Little over 4 minutes to play. Brisbane won 5 games on the road for the entire last season. They are 5-2 to lead the league this season. Looking for win number 6. Tigers looking for their 20th consecutive win at home. They're being made to fight hard for it. But they've got possession down by a point. McDonald to Thomas, holding off Mick Hill. Now Anstey with Reichart to contend with. Shot clock to 10 for Darryl McDonald. Anstey penetrating against Reichart, takes them on, knocks down the 2, draws a foul in the process. That's why the man is the reigning MVP.
These are the type of plays that win basketball games. Active hands. Dave Thomas somehow saves the basketball. And then Chris Anstey doing what he does best, hitting clutch shots in the 4th quarter. Absorbs a hit, puts it up there nice and soft, and gives the Tigers a 1-point lead.
And gets Reichart out of the game as well. Dusty fouls out for the first time in Brisbane colours. And with Bradkey a little underdone, having started the season late, It's going to be a big ask for the Bullets, but they've shown all night that they have plenty of ticker. 3.5 to play. 2-point lead for the Tigers. CJ Bruton, quiet night by his standards, just 4 points, but he has 6 assists in the game to lead that category. Here's McKinnon finding some room against Stephen Hall. What a big time play from Sam McKinnon. Scores tied, 3 minutes to play. McDonald against Stephen Black with a height advantage, wants to exploit it, gets down low, and the 42-year-old has got it on a string. Stephen Black looking to answer at the other end, takes on Anstey, and an offensive foul is called on the Brisbane Bullets. Things starting to happen now for the Melbourne Tigers with less than 3 to play.
Still, it's a 2-point game. Rashad Tucker, only question was he standing underneath the hoop, because he was there for a while. Big play.
McDonald kicking out to Dave Thomas. Guarded by Stephen Black, he uses Anstey. Spinning on McKinnon. Former teammates going at it. Shot clock rolls to 5. McDonald's got a job ahead of him against Bruton. Has to get it off, double team. Couldn't finish it. And Ebby Arat appeared to be fouled by Stephen Hoare. It goes unwhistled, and Brisbane come back the other way. Looking to tie it away or take the lead. Ebby's going for the lead. Can't finish it, kept alive by McKinnon. His 4th offensive rebound, has 9 rebounds in total, along with Rashad Tucker to lead that category as Bruton. Almost relieved of it by Stephen Hoare. Bradkey to Ebby Arat. Shot clock to 10 for Brisbane. McKinnon, the open man from long range, knocks down the 3. Brisbane are back in front.
96 points, 95 Tigers. Come on, Coach!
1:45 on the clock. Brisbane by a point in a seesawing affair from the cage. It doesn't get much better than this. McDonald to Tucker to Hoare. Anstey fouled off the ball by Mark Bradkey, and that is going to put Anstey on the free throw line.
Mark Bradkey. Third personal foul. Team foul, Brisbane.
Not exactly how I envisioned this seesaw affair to go on that last possession. Both teams looking very confident in a tight game.
82% from the free throw line coming into this match, Chris Anstey. 10 points better than his career average of 72%. Can only get the front end though, so we are tied at 96. CJ Bruton against Daryl McDonald. It was only 10 days ago that the Tigers lost in overtime to Perth. Shot clock to 5 for Ebby Arat, who needs to get busy from long range. Can't finish it. Ball trickles out of court. And the Tigers get possession. 66 seconds to play. Tied at 96, and timeout called by the Brisbane Bullets. Joey Wright can manage a smile. There is all sorts of pressure here, and you have the best seat in the house.
Can't wait to listen to this one. That was a horrible possession for the Bullets, considering it's a tie ball game, and they can't get a shot off other than a desperation 3 by Ebby Arat from 30 feet.
Got to get some movement down there. Every time we hold, we get nothing, all right? Defensively right here. Defensively, let's extend up. We stay man, all right? Stay man in this. Stay man now? Stay man right here, okay? Yep. On the ball screen, what we want to do, D-Mac's been going under, and he's looking to turn the corner hard on it. All right, he's looking to turn the corner. So make sure everybody stay one step off their man. Stay one step off their man, all right? Stay one step. Remember, we're going one person removed on him, so push up, step back, let him through, okay? One stop, get it across, get a timeout, all right? Get it across, get a timeout.
Let's run a break.
Well, the Brisbane Bullets and Melbourne Tigers are no strangers to overtime. It was 102-100 when these teams played here back in February last year. The Brisbane have lost 4 of their last 5 overtime games. And we are tied at 96 points as Darryl McDonald brings Melbourne forward inside 60 seconds to play. Dave Thomas against Boucher. Canadian international against a Kiwi international. The Canadian goes to work. Bradkey rejected the shot. Bruton has McDonald on the back pedal. Ebiara joining in. McDonald appeared to foul Bruton there. It went unwhistled. Brisbane will get possession. But CJ Bruton was inconvenienced. Boucher sits down, replaced by Stephen Black as Joey Wright gets some offensive firepower in there.
Well, it worked on the other end. He got a good defensive possession out of Boucher.
Bruton against Darryl McDonald. Plenty of time on the shot clock for Brisbane. Bruton gets it to Bradkey, the big man wrestling with Anstey, who snatched it away from him. Possession arrow is with the Tigers, so Anstey will get to restart here. And Boucher will check back in some defensive muscle, and Stephen Black will sit down.
See, every player right now, Chris Anstey doesn't know that the possession arrow is in his favor, or he wouldn't have been arguing that call. Every player on the court should know that, because if you're in a situation where a guy can tie you up or you can take a chance of throwing the ball away and the possession arrow is in your favor, you should know that.
11-second differential from the game clock and the shot clock. Anstey for the big 3. Backpedaling, couldn't knock it down. Ebiara with the rebound. Time for the Brisbane Bullets. Bruton lost the handle. Under pressure, Stephen Hall won it back. McKinnon almost stripped them of it. Dave Thomas has got it. The Tigers looking for the win. Less than 10 seconds to play. Anstey has it rim out. Loose ball out of court. Brisbane will get it with 4 seconds left to try and win the game. A timeout called by Joey Wright. 4 seconds on the clock. 96 apiece. This is a long way from over.
The Melbourne Tigers. Oh my. Had a chance to win it right there, and that's the thing. You want to know whether they should have gone for the win or to go into overtime. I thought he shot it a little quick.
Chris, nothing over your head. Nothing over your head. Make them come forward to get it. Make them come forward to get it. When they put the ball on the floor, everyone but you're in total denial on blocking. You don't foul. For the rest of you guys, if your man comes forward to get it, right when they put the ball on the floor, you're going for a steal. We got 1 foul to give here, all right? If we get that foul, they inbounds again, no fouls. But nothing over your head. They got to come forward and get it. If there's a screen in the backcourt, if there's a screen, you switch. You switch any screen.
They're taking it from the center.
Coach of the year, Al Westover, running it through with his team. Brisbane in the driving seat at the moment. Will look for a percentage play. CJ Bruton, Ebiara, Sam McKinnon, Stephen Black, 4 known scorers. Mick Hill out there with them. Some confusion here for the Brisbane Bullets as Mick Hill goes to the bench. Mick Hill just conferring with referee Ian Watts. If he can't inbound the ball, can he call timeout? And that isn't going to happen. 4 seconds remaining. Mick Hill looking for Black inside McDonald. Fires over Anstey. Couldn't get it to go. Tucker on the buzzer from 3/4 court. That won't tumble either, and we need another 5 minutes. We are tied at 96, and the Tigers and Brisbane are going to overtime.
Brisbane got a good look after a possession, three possessions ago where they weren't able to get a good shot off. They got a good look after a timeout. You got to be happy about that. Stephen Black with a 17-footer with the game on the line. You'll take that every single time Stephen isn't able to connect. But that's a good shot in that situation. The Tigers dodge a bullet and we're in overtime. Get another look. D-Mac goes for the steal, and that allows Stephen Black. Well, he won't miss many of those. Both teams have had their opportunities, and both teams have hit some clutch shots at the end of this basketball game. I wonder if Brisbane will continue to use that extended pressure that has been bothering the Tigers all night long. But now, if the Tigers can make some adjustments and get some easy baskets out of that, if they'll persevere with that pressure, be interesting to see the strategy of the Bullets, who really have been dictating the terms of how this game has been played. They've forced the turnovers, as you see. 84 shots by the Tigers compared to 79. The rebounds going to the Tigers and a lot of offensive ones. That's probably the difference. Three-point shooting's been non-existent for the Tigers at 5 of 20. Bullets have been knocking them down. Both teams have been to the line quite a bit, so this game has been an aggressive one, very physical. And the stats are pretty even as the score.
96 apiece. The Tigers play overtime for the second time in 10 days. And the Brisbane Bullets, they go to overtime for the first time since defeating Wollongong by 3 back on the 27th of January last season. Bruton is being quiet by his standards. Just 4 points tonight for CJ McKinnon to Ebi Ara in the corner. Little deep with the three. Tucker grabs the rebound. It's number 11 for Rashad Tucker to take over as the leader in that category. McKinnon with 10 leads for Brisbane. As I mentioned, the Tigers have found a way to win most times in OT. 5 of their last 6 overtime games they've won as Anstey's fall away puts them in front.
Daryl McDonald making sure their thoroughbred gets a lot of touches in this dire stages of the game.
Well, Anstey had 9 of the Tigers' 18 points in that fourth term. Here's Tucker with numbers in support against the shorter CJ Bruton. Marsh's pass adds another 2. The Tigers have scored the last 5 in the match to lead by 4.
Technical foul on the Tigers, delay a game. They got a warning earlier in the game. That's their second one. That is a costly mistake.
You had a warning at three-quarter time. Three-quarter time. Came in and spoke to me.
Dave, something.
Don't tackle the ball.
Down there.
You've got to duck.
Happened down there. Before he went
Hello.
Now watch, the ball goes through the rim. Dave Thomas has the basketball and throws it, and that is delaying the action of the game. That's a good call.
They haven't given a warning for that. You were given a warning at three-quarter time. He knew about it. Don't touch it. Don't give it up.
Michael Allen laying down the law to Al Westover, who's not convinced with the argument. And technical foul has been called. 2 free throws. And that is 6 fouls for Dave Thomas as well. He is out of the equation, just as Dusty Reichard is for Brisbane.
That's a big blow. That is a big blow because he is one of the cornerstones of that defense that they run active hands, and he's been playing in foul trouble all night long. But he did delay the game. And they did get a warning in the third quarter.
We do have a conclusion in Wollongong. The Hawks have beaten Townsville by 6 points, 113-107. Adam Ballinger, who couldn't get in the All-Star game, had 31 points. John Rillie, Larry Abney, 28 apiece for Townsville, as Wollongong defeat Townsville by 6, 113-107.
I was wondering if you're going to say that with a straight face. That is the formula to guys getting in good form, not getting selected on the All-Star team when I'm helping pick it.
Here's McKinnon working the baseline, needs help. Bradkey from close range, couldn't get it to tumble, and Tucker's upstairs again. Rebound number 12 for Rashad Tucker to go with 13 points and 3 assists. Plenty happening off the ball between Anstey and Bradkey as well. Bradkey, a 13-year veteran here with the Tigers, as McDonald goes to work and knocks down the three. His first of the match. And he gives the Tigers a 5-point buffer. Well, the challenge squarely in front of the Brisbane Bullets now. Loose ball. Daryl Corletto's won it back for Melbourne. Inside 3 minutes to play in this first overtime. And Bradkey and Anstey continue to go at it. Now they have the ball as well. Corletto to McDonald with 5 on the shot clock. Taking on CJ Bruton. Found a passing lane to Stephen Hall with an incredible play. And the Tigers have a 7-point buffer.
I mean, to have the guts to throw a pass like that is amazing, and he executes it.
Pressure now on the Bullets. They need to score on this play phase. McKinnon, who's been good from deep all year, continues to be big.
And Sam McKinnon coming up with some big plays to see if he can turn the corner. You want him to put the ball on the floor, because if you foul him, he's not the most confident free throw shooter.
Anstey, 10 on the shot clock for the Tigers as he goes to McDonald, in turn Stephen Hall. Again, the shot clock's at 5 as McDonald looks for Anstey, lost control of it. McKinnon scoops up the loose ball, and Bruton brings Brisbane back up the floor, looking for the three, couldn't finish it. Tucker, rebound number 13. He has been big for the Tigers as Anstey gets it from McDonald. Bradkey going to work, will be called for the foul. That's his 4th. Neither team can afford to foul in this situation. Free throws to come.
Bradkey just pounded on Chris Anstey. He really didn't give him much choice. Sam with a heads-up play, knowing that that may have been a continuation. He hammered him again. A lot of time left. And the Tigers have got to do a job once Brisbane, if they score, if they don't score, it's going to be a fouling situation after Anstey hits the second one. No matter what Brisbane do on the other end of the floor, they've got to keep the ball in good free throw shooters' hands.
Anstey makes the adjustment. 24 in the match now for Chris Anstey. He leads all scorers after having 6 at halftime. 5-point lead for Melbourne. And the good news for our Melbourne viewers is that the Tigers and Bullets do it again next Saturday night at this same venue. So if you're watching at home tonight, you better get yourself down here next Saturday.
That's a gutsy call. I believe it's the right one. But with the team down, that pretty much takes them almost out of the equation.
McDonald, foul by Stephen Black. That's his 3rd personal, and Daryl McDonald will go to the free throw line, where he is a perfect 1 of 1 so far tonight.
And he will be handling the basketball quite a bit. It won't leave his hands a whole lot as they try and take time off the clock. He'll give it to Anstey, who's a good foul shooter. And Daryl McDonald, I'm sure he'll give it to Corletto, too, as a good foul shooter. I don't think we'll see the ball in Rashad Tucker's hands a whole lot.
Bruton with his foot on the accelerator, needs to get busy. Dances down to the baseline, feeds Mick Hill for the open look, and the Brisbane Bullets will not lie down. 4-point ball game. 78 seconds to play. Brisbane can't afford to foul, though. Tucker has coughed it up to Mick Hill, who's going to work. McKinnon in support. Pass deflected out of court by the Tigers. Brisbane will get it back. Good D again from Melbourne in a clutch situation.
And Rashad Tucker had to come up with that play because he's the one who threw the ball away.
Stephen Black catch and shoot off the inbound play. It's back to a 2-point spread. Anstey, ambitious pass. Corletto did a good job to reel that in. Now Stephen Horter Tucker, and they'll slow it down. 60 seconds to play in overtime number 1. Tigers by 2 with possession. Tucker against Ebi Arap. Looking to penetrate, spins back to the baseline, travelled, and he's coughed it up. Dave Thomas, can you believe what's going on?
I really can't, Case. You know, I know we're fouling, but I don't think it's that bad. And it's a great game. We're battling down this stretch, but we're not getting any help, that's for sure.
Now McDonald called for the foul. CJ Bruton will go to the free throw line to try and tie it away. And the most frustrating thing for Dave Thomas is being fouled out of the match, DT.
Yeah, it was a silly one right down the stretch. I thought I just passed the ball to the ref like, you know, you're supposed to do if the ball lands in your lap. And he gave me a tech, but, you know, I got a few bad stupid fouls early in the cost me.
What's the key here, Dave? What can you tell us?
What's up?
The crowd are going wild, Dave, but what's the key to winning it now?
We just got to continue to play D and not let them hit any open shots, basically.
All right, Dave, appreciate your time. Deafening noise from the crowd at the cage here. We're tied again at 108. Brisbane has scored the last 7 points. 20-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. It is still up for grabs. Anstey can't hit the target, and Mick Hill grabs the rebound. Brisbane looking to snatch the lead. Bruton against McDonald. Penetrates. Shut down by Stephen Hoare. Now Mick Hill tries his luck. He needs help. Back to Bruton. Shot clock to 8. Ebi Araf fires unsuccessfully. Mick Hill can't keep it alive. In fact, it was McKinnon. Melbourne get it back. 12 seconds to play, and timeout called by Al Westover and the Melbourne Tigers. 108. What can the Tigers come up with?
Ebi Araf had plenty of time. He shot that thing like there was 1 second left on the shot clock. Could have put the ball on the floor and gotten an opportunity to score or get fouled.
They've been running shuffle, reverse, and going back to Anstey on the block, okay? So look at it. We stay. Let's get up here, pressure, try to take as much time off as we can.
Don't overplay.
If we get in a second, in a situation where it's ball screens, last 8 seconds, we're in 5. We're switching them. Everywhere, all right?
Yell it out.
Rebound the basketball and push, all right? We don't have enough time to really set up anything. We got 1 timeout left. If you're compromised, they're on your back, then get the timeout. If not, push, we're in bonus. Let's try to get to the hole, okay? Come on, fellas, let's win this shit. Let's win it. Let's go. One stop. Got that.
That's what it comes down to, one stop. They can't really believe that the Tigers are going to shoot one so quick that they're going to have time to get a shot off. Tigers should shoot that thing with about 3 or 4 seconds, time enough for an offensive rebound or a tip, but not time enough for them to come down and get a good shot.
And who's the go-to man, Steve? Does Anstey get it?
You get it to D-Mac, and then he'll get it to Anstey.
Plenty of time for Darryl McDonald. 12.6 seconds. 108 apiece after we were tied at 96 at the end of regulation. McDonald against Bruton. Maybe he's going solo. 5 on the clock. McDonald against CJ Bruton. Elevates. Good D from Bruton. Force the error. No time for Ebi Araf to get something happening. And we are going to double overtime here at the cage. 108 to 108 after the extra 5 minutes, and we are still going.
1-4 flat for D-Mac. He was going to get into the lane. Obviously, Darryl felt like he was fouled, but the refs have to be absolutely sure that there is a foul if they're going to call it and decide it with blowing the whistle. I like the fact that they didn't blow the whistle. Make the players decide who has the outcome. Let's have another look at this. It was clear that it was 1-4 flat as Daryl McDonald was taking his time. All the pressure's on C.J. Bruton because he's got to guard him cleanly. Goes to spin, gets a hand on the ball. Enough time for an offensive rebound, but not enough time to get a good shot off. Good execution by both of these teams. So good D by Brisbane, not allowing the shot to go down or sending Daryl McDonald to the free throw line. And then good job by the Tigers to either win it or go into our second overtime. So we're seeing some good basketball here by both of these teams. Tigers have been rattled by the pressure, but they've hit big shots when they've had to stay in it. Brisbane have dictated the terms with the tempo, with their relentless extended pressure that has made the Tigers cough up all those turnovers. And here we are, double overtime.
First time in double OT since the Perth Wildcats defeated the Hunter Pirates back in September 2005. 12 points apiece in the first overtime period. Tigers to restart as Tucker goes to Anstey. Stephen Hoare harassed by Dylan Boucher. Now whistle provided by Tim Mills. And a foul is going to be called on Dylan Boucher. Well, that confused Joey Wright. He was under the impression that the foul was going to be called on the Melbourne Tigers. Free throws to come.
If he just got it, but his hands.
Melbourne 68% from the free throw line this season.
We're not going to get anywhere, you know that.
That hurts. They've put the Tigers to the line. You know, Stephen Hoare misses, but you want to make, especially in overtime, you don't want to give anybody freebies. You know, if they're going to the hole and you got to foul them, but that's away from the basket.
Stephen Hoare misses both. Anstey comes down hard again and remains down at the moment. Bruton takes on McDonald and Tucker. Fall away from CJ is short. Thought he was fouled. Referees didn't agree. Mick Hill gets an open look. That did a lap of honour. McKinnon kept it alive to Ebiara. Now Bruton slows it down to McKinnon. Bouncing off Anstey. Free throws to come. Brisbane Bullets. Sam McKinnon goes to the free throw line where he is 1 of 2 so far in the match.
Sam McKinnon turning the corner is a different story. And they're not going to allow Sam McKinnon to turn the corner because they want to put him to the foul line. Although he can make free throws, he's not the most confident player at the free throw line, so you don't want to give him anything he can finish without putting him to the stripe and making him earn it. He's done it all tonight.
Gets his own rebound off the missed free throw as well. The Bullets have scored the last 8 points. And they lead by 1 as Ebiara goes to work and adds another 2. 111-108 is the scoreline in favour of the Brisbane Bullets, who have scored the last 10 points. Tucker spoon feeds Anstey. Dylan Boucher rejected the shot and did it in fine style. McKinnon looking for Ebiara, has the pass deflected out of court. 16 on the shot clock. 3:46 left on the game clock in the second overtime period as Boucher sits down, replaced by Stephen Black.
Joey Wright wants a new 24-second shot clock, but it wasn't deliberate, so he won't get it.
Mick Hill restarts to C.J. Bruton, guarded by McDonald, found a way pass, looked to draw a foul, couldn't get a whistle, loose ball. Stephen Hoare scoops it up and hands off to McDonald. Corletto ahead of him. Tigers down by 3, 3.5 minutes left in the second extra period. Anstey wrestling with the undersized Mick Hill, fires over McKinnon unsuccessfully, and Rashad Tucker will be called for the foul here. That is his first foul in the match, but it's going to result in free throws for the Brisbane Bullets.
Good help from the weak side, catching Chris Anstey a little off guard, made him rush that a little bit more than he wanted. That's a big possession.
With 2.5 minutes to play in the first overtime period, Melbourne led 105-98 by 7 points. Since then, it's been 12-3 Brisbane's way, and it continues to expand. Melbourne yet to add to their tally in this second overtime period, and Mick Hill buys Brisbane a 5-point lead.
Still plenty of time left for the Melbourne Tigers, and Brisbane have to continue to be aggressive.
Anstey for the much-needed triple, buries it for the Melbourne Tigers, and the fans are back in it. 2-point spread. And that snaps a 12-0 run from Brisbane. And now the Tigers need a stop as Mick Hill penetrates, almost lost his footing. That affected his shot, and it was off the money, and the Tigers now come back. Well, we called these two teams heavyweights earlier on, and they are toe-to-toe. Stephen Hoare to McDonald, down to Anstey. The reigning MVP takes on McKinnon with a long-range hook shot, couldn't finish it, loose ball scooped up by Corletto. Now McDonald. Plenty of time on the clock for the Tigers. Tucker posting up the shorter CJ Bruton. Edges closer to the hoop, draws a foul, and Rashad Tucker goes to the free throw line, where he's 3 of 6 so far in this game.
And that's what CJ has to do in that situation. Rashad Tucker was just going to back him down, or if he drew the double team, he was going to hit somebody for a layup. So he goes for the flop. Normally you go for the flop when you're at home or when you're behind. But Rashad Tucker, these are big free throws, and he hits the first one.
Well, he gets to the stripe more than any other Melbourne player, but only 64% from the free throw line this season, and only 66% in his career. Tonight's his 100th game, and he's 100%. We're tied again. Tigers reel off 5 without reply. And we have a little over 2 minutes left in the second overtime period. McDonald has stripped CJ Bruton of it. Well, momentum has been shifting. And the Tigers have got it right now as Tucker takes on Ebi Iraq. Couldn't finish it from close range, and the foul will be called on Tucker. So there will be free throws at the other end of the floor for the Brisbane Bullets.
He can't believe he missed another layup. These are not gimmies, but these are all layups. These are his bread and butter. Those little leaning ones, he kisses off the window and gets the frustration foul and gives them 2 points at the other end of the line, at the other end of the floor.
Well, the Melbourne Tigers led by 4 at quarter time. They led by 7 at halftime. Their biggest margin was 12 points. They started the final period leading by 5. But the Brisbane Bullets continue to come and now lead it by 2. And what a finish this has been from Mick Hill. He had 2 points at halftime. Now he has 21. 113-115. The Tigers trail as Anstey takes on Sam McKinnon. And the foul's on Sammy Mack. And Anstey to the free throw line, where he is 4 of 7 so far tonight.
Bouncing out, times 27.
Well, Sam's used to those tough covers of guarding guys he's given a lot of centimeters away to. Did that at the World Championship with a lot of success. Again, big free throws for Anstey.
And let's remember, the Melbourne Tigers are looking to equal a 20-year-old NBL record here by winning their 20th consecutive home match. We're in the double OT, and it's 1:15 apiece. And the Brisbane Bullets playing their third game in 4 days. How much petrol do they have left in the tank? They're running on adrenaline at the moment. Shot clock at 10 for Ebiara against Tucker. Lost the handle, scoops it back up, needs help here, got it to McKinnon, and his 2 gives the Bullets the lead.
Well, Brisbane doing everything they can to break this home streak.
1:17-1:15. Brisbane lead at 80 seconds to play. Corletto from close range did a good job to reel that in and ties it away again.
That is not an easy shot he hit. Real quick one, quick release with big guys bearing down on him in the tight situation of this game.
Shot clock to 10 for Ebiara. He has some problems. Anstey deflects the ball out of court. Brisbane restart, the raucous crowd here at the cage trying to lift the Melbourne Tigers, and Ebiara has thrown it out of court. Tried to get it to CJ Bruton, and he couldn't reel it in. The Tigers have possession. 57 seconds to play in the second overtime period, tied at 1:17. Ball restarts to Corletto, now McDonald, who waves Tucker away. Ball back to McDonald. Anstey wrestling with McKinnon. Now Corletto in the corner. Lost his footing, gets back up, fires the shot, couldn't finish it. McKinnon with the rebound. Dominant display from Sam McKinnon. And Brisbane look to slow it down here. 12-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. 20 seconds to play. Bruton puts the Bullets back in front. Melbourne will look to tie it or go for the win. Tucker, offensive foul on Rashad Tucker. Sam McKinnon makes an excellent defensive play. 14 seconds left on the clock. Brisbane will get possession and they lead by 2. Timeout call by the Brisbane Bullets. An obvious play here. McKinnon, excellent defensive position. That's why he was runner-up in Defensive Player of the Year voting last season. And that might just be the game winner.
Still plenty of time on the clock.
I'm going to have to foul straight away. I don't want Blackie to get it. You got to deny Blackie. I want pressure on the ball out of bounds. If they screen, switch it, deny Blackie. But right when it goes in, you go hard for the ball. Go hard for the ball, you might get a steal. If we get a foul, we put them there. We're in trans. We have no more timeouts. If we need a 3, if he hits them both, we need a quick score, go for the ball again. If we're down 3, think yellow. Think yellow for the drive and kick, or the other guy coming high. Be positive. Come on, let's get close.
13.
There's the equation. 1:19-1:17. Brisbane lead it and possession with 13.8 seconds on the clock.
We got in-court position of balls.
Well, these teams played in the pre-season grand final, and they have put on a war of attrition here, and they'll do it again next Saturday night. Mick Hill gets it to Black, looking to milk the clock. They don't want to foul Stephen Black, but Anstey has to on that occasion. 7 seconds left on the clock. Stephen Black goes to the free throw line. 91% from the stripe this season, number 4 in the NBL. He's 4 of 4 tonight, and no wonder Al Westover's looking a little nervous. If he makes these 2, the Tigers are gone.
You got to figure he will. Ooh. Wow, now it's a 3-point shot. Can tie it up. They got to come up with the board first, but chances are he's going to knock it down.
1:19-1:17 Brisbane lead. 7 seconds to play. This to make it a 3-point ball game. Triple overtime may not be out of the question. He knocks it down. Brisbane lead by 3. 7 seconds on the clock. Stephen Black checks out. Dylan Boucher comes back, the defensive specialist. And the Tigers have got 7 seconds or the streak is over. Stephen Hoare wants McDonald and finds him. Harassed by Boucher. Need a 3 to tie it away. Anstey on the buzzer! Couldn't get it to go. And in arguably the best match ever seen on Fox Sports, the Brisbane Bullets have prevailed by 3. Full time at the cage, it's Brisbane 120, Melbourne 117. They came from 7 points down in the first overtime period. Looked like they were out of it, but Brisbane have found a way to win their 5th consecutive game. And what a game it was. Well, the fans go home disappointed, but for neutral observers, it does not get much better than that. And who knows, these teams might be back at it when the championship is decided in March next year. What a game. It had everything. The Tigers led for 80% of the match, but in the final analysis, it's Brisbane who have won it by 3. And the Bullets have done an excellent job. Their 3rd win in 4 days. Take it away, Steve.
Well, Sam, obviously a great win for you guys, but what was so impressive was that extended pressure that you had on them, and you weren't discouraged when they scored in it. You just stuck with it.
Yeah, look, the Tigers are so big and they'll dominate us on the boards. I think we came out a bit tired from the last few days, and when Dylan comes on, Mick Hill, those type of guys, I mean, Brad Williamson and Gibbo, the energy's so valuable to us. We got up, we pressed. You know, if they scored on us, we just kept on pressing because we know that over the course of the game, that's how we're going to win. We're not going to win if we play a half-court game with these guys.
How did you not get discouraged when they were starting to break your press? D-Mac got the guys a couple of layups. Because you guys were extending that pressure, they were able to get some easy baskets. How were you mentally able to stick with it?
It's just playing together, mate. Like, we've had a few tough losses when we've been up by 15 or 16, so we're starting to get used to each other, and it's not much has to be said now. It's just a little wink or a little tap on the arse and say, get going, and that's how we just start to believe in ourselves, and it's good that that's happening so early in the year, and obviously we're starting to win some big games.
Obviously, a game like that's great for your confidence. Away from home, nobody's beaten the Tigers on this court in about, I don't know, 20. Oh, yeah, going for a record. You guys were able to squash it, but that must do great things for your confidence as a team.
Yeah, it's good. Look, probably half the team are from Melbourne anyway, so we feel like we're coming home to play. We have probably 100 people here altogether, so it's like a home away from home for us, and beating the Tigers here is big for us because no doubt they're the best team from last year, and we want to take them on this year.
All right, thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Steve.
Sam McKinnon finishes the match with 21 points and 13 rebounds, and he sends the fans home happy. His mum and dad were here tonight, his wife Rebecca and his 2 kids were here as well, and they'll be talking about this one for a long time. I can hear the fans in Brisbane jumping all over the shop. But the action doesn't stop here on Fox Sports. How about this coming your way next Wednesday? NBA All Access. It takes you behind the scenes with everything that is happening in the NBA at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that kicks off a 5-hour feast of hoops action here on your home of basketball, because NBL Wrap with special guest Chuck Harmison from the Sandpit live from 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. We're going into the points cap. So if you have any questions for Chuck Harmison, if you're concerned that Brisbane and Melbourne seem to have a very good lineup regarding the points cap, send us an email. We'll put the tough questions to Chuck Harmison and get to the bottom of it. That will be followed by an excellent clash between the Wollongong Hawks and the Cairns Taipans. Both teams top 8 at the moment, and the Taipans, who made the semi-finals last year, are 6-3 going in against Wollongong. Also coming your way next big Wednesday, the Miami Heat take on the Seattle Supersonics from American Airlines Arena in Miami. Let's hope the Heat can find their championship winning form against Seattle. That's 9:30 directly after our live NBL coverage on Fox Sports 1. It just keeps coming here on Fox Sports, and what a way to bring down the curtain on round 7 of the Phillips Championship. The Melbourne Tigers dominated for 3.5 quarters here, but the Brisbane Bullets would not go away. And when they were down and out by 7 points in the first overtime period, they stayed with it and have come up with a remarkable 3-point victory. Brisbane 120 defeat the Melbourne Tigers 117. Their home winning streak stops at 19.
This coverage of the Australian NBL on Sky Sport was proudly brought to you by Harvey Norman. World is coming. The WRC Global Adventure spins out the penultimate